It's a comfortable device. It's made out of a little metallic tube. The little buttons here can be presets and right-click features. The metallic cap screws off really easily, and then smartly they designed it so it screws on the back. I don't know about you, but I lose these things constantly. The tip is very interesting. This is apparently where the sonic frequency goes into the microphone to create the touch sensitivity. That little piece moves around as you draw, and at first it seems like it might be troublesome to get used to it, but I didn't really have any problem. The line quality and the accuracy is amazingly good. And best of all, it's very comfortable. The way you charge the pen is a stroke of genius. A little USB charger port with a magnetic attachment. The pen literally snaps right in, and the magnetism on this device is very strong. The pen just will not fall over unless you literally give it a good shove. All you have to do is plug it into the side of your little laptop in a USB port. Once you plug it in, the pen will have a little red light to let you know it needs a charge, and once it's ready to go, it'll be green. They say it can last up to an entire month on a full charge. Now, to be very practical about this pen, there's a reason why I chose it and why I even needed it. I'm not exactly a digital illustrator in the purest sense of the term. I do most of my illustration by hand, on paper, pencil, pen and ink, those types of things. But when I'm meeting with a client, I find that being able to skip the scanner to have a piece of graphic ready art that the client can immediately have on hand without needing a lot of Photoshop. The quality of the line work doesn't feel like I had to settle for something lesser in order to be quick and expedient. And since the files that are all created are digital and they're not that large, they're very easy to store into Dropbox or Nomadesk or just about any other place you have as a cloud or online or hard drive, whatever. Where the Jot Touch 4 has saved me a lot of time is when I have to go in-house with a client, say that they have some storyboards or some motion graphics that they need, either breakdowns or assets or something for perhaps character designs for future video work. If I have to sit down at a desk somewhere, chances are, believe it or not, an agency will not have a scanner or any of the other types of things that you think they might have on hand. Being able to skip the process where I sit down with a stack of paper and a marker and I have to draw. You get the idea. It's very, very convenient. It's a Bluetooth-enabled device, so that works very easily. Simply load up your Bluetooth, and most of the time the pen will already be recognized. I'm going to be using Sketchbook Ink for this program and this demo. Sketchbook Ink has its very specific tools that lend themselves perfectly to the type of work I need to do. It lets you have a gallery. Here is the workspace. And here is an example of the kind of line work. The pen has over 2,000 pressure sensitivity points. This is being drawn on an iPad mini. This is saving me the trouble of having to figure out how to afford a Cintiq when I don't need 99% of what the Cintiq does. What's nice is you can go into your gallery. This is where you can figure out where to launch and activate the pen in case you need to. You can go and create a new page by going into your actual gallery. You can load up what you've had. You can go back and start a new page by just clicking the little plus, and you can get a landscape or a portrait if you need it. Hard to see with the light, but landscape and portrait options. Now, some of the features to this program in conjunction with my practical use of the program, if I need to do character designs or storyboards, a lot of times I might need to actually import a file. Sketchbook allows the ink program to have an actual layered file. If you look on there, you can see that there's a background. It allows you to do all kinds of color manipulation. In a lot of ways, it's a bare bones illustration program. Here you can go to the background layer, you can click on a tab, and it will literally access your photos gallery. And any image that you have inside of your gallery you can bring in as a background image. And just like in Photoshop, you can dim the image down so that you can see the work that you're doing on top of that much more effectively. And basically here I'll show you a simple drawing going on within, this is again on an iPad mini. What the Jot Touch 4 allows me to do is literally just breathtaking to me. For a simple $80 tool, to be able to get this range of line work, to get the nice gesture, to get the realism of the line work, it was worth every penny. I still can't believe that this thing is real. Naturally, I don't need to explain to most of you how to use a graphic program. It's pretty much the same set of tools: change a color, change a brush, erase, undo, the typical stuff. Now here's something else that I find helps me a lot. If I'm going to do storyboards, I will actually bring in a file that I've preset that has little storyboard squares on it. That way when I have to send the file to the client, it's pretty much ready to go. And it's a double finger movement, just like most of the touch sensitive screens that you work with. So that's just a background image that I brought in. I go to the top layer, typical stuff. Now they claim that with the Jot Touch 4, it's designed in a way where you can actually rest your hand on the screen and not create a disturbance. I find that on an iPad mini, there's not a whole lot of real estate there. Perhaps I'm just not using it right. You can experiment with it. In a second after I'm done sketching this, you're going to see something that really makes this program stand apart. The problem that normally I have with other these applications is if you export the file, it's a pretty low-res pixel image. But with ink, this is the part that freaks me out. When you go to the export, look at those. That's the pixel range. It's print ready. You export it out, and you can actually send this file from your photo gallery through email or upload to a hard drive or a server somewhere. And these files are ready to go. Most of the time your client, if they need something that's quick and gestural, like a quick character design, sketches, storyboards, ink has been perfect. And after you saved it, you go to your photo gallery. There it is. At high resolution, 3000 by 4000 pixels. So the Jot Touch 4 and the iPad mini are allowing me to be productive in a way that I had never expected from an $80 device. You can pick up your own Jot Touch 4 at adonit.net, as well as some of the other products that they have available. You can also find one used on amazon.com. If you have a great experience, please send me an email. My name is Jeremie Lederman. You can find me at ledermanstudio.com. Feel free to send me any comments or thoughts or comment on this video. Thanks very much for listening.